You've been taught something your entire life. Older means better. Longer aging means higher quality. More years means more value. But here's the uncomfortable truth. That idea is dangerously incomplete, because aging isn't always about time. It's about chemistry. It's about environment. It's about perception. And sometimes it's about storytelling. Two bottles can carry wildly different age numbers, yet taste shockingly similar. Some spirits spend decades inside wood and barely change. Others transform dramatically in just a few years. And then there's the question nobody likes asking. How much of aged excellence is real, and how much is psychological engineering? Because once you understand what aging actually does, the entire premium bottle industry starts looking different. Less mystical, less romantic, more strategic. By the end of this video, you may never look at an age label the same way again. This is Behind the Barrel. Before we go deeper, if you enjoy content that exposes the hidden psychology of what you consume, hit like, subscribe, because the things we're about to uncover get uncomfortable. When most people hear the word aged, they imagine patience, a barrel sitting quietly, years slowly passing, liquid magically improving. But time alone does nothing. Time is passive. What actually matters is interaction. Aging is not about waiting, it's about reaction. The spirit interacting with wood, with oxygen, with temperature fluctuations, with microscopic chemical shifts happening inside the barrel. Without those reactions, 10 years is meaningless. A spirit sealed inside a completely inert container would barely evolve, no matter how long you waited. Yet the industry rarely explains this, because aged for 12 years sounds poetic. Chemically altered by environmental variables does not. One sells dreams, the other sells science, and consumers overwhelmingly buy dreams.
The barrel is not storage. It's an ingredient. Wood actively changes the liquid. It filters harsh compounds, adds flavor molecules, softens aggression, creates complexity, vanillin, tannins, caramelized sugars, spice notes, all extracted from wood, not time. Time simply allows extraction to continue. But here's where things get interesting. Different barrels behave differently. Different woods, different toasting levels, different histories. Two spirits aged for identical years can taste wildly different, which raises an uncomfortable thought. If wood drives transformation, why do we worship the clock? A barrel aging in Scotland behaves nothing like one aging in Kentucky. Temperature swings matter. Humidity matters. Climate matters. Hot environments accelerate interaction. Cold environments slow it. A spirit aged for 5 years in a hot climate may develop faster than one aged for 12 years in a cool one. Yet the label rarely tells this story, because numbers are simple. Context is complicated, and complicated truths don't sell nearly as well as clean, impressive digits.
Rapid aging is often dismissed as inferior, but chemically, acceleration is not automatically degradation. More interaction can mean faster development. The real question isn't speed, it's balance. Too little extraction equals raw aggression. Too much extraction equals woody dominance. Time doesn't guarantee perfection. Control does. Yes, spirits can age too long. Wood doesn't politely stop working. It keeps extracting. Eventually, dryness, bitterness, harsh tannins, muted character. Longer aging can destroy nuance, but consumers rarely imagine too old as a flaw, because psychologically, older still feels superior.
Age is numeric. Maturity is sensory. A spirit can be old yet unbalanced, young yet remarkably refined. But the brain loves measurable indicators, which is why numbers dominate perception. Higher age numbers trigger automatic assumptions: better, rarer, more luxurious, more valuable, before tasting even occurs. Expectation reshapes perception. Blind tastings reveal something fascinating. Remove the label, confidence collapses. Without visual cues, many premium judgments weaken. Taste is never purely sensory. It's cognitive.
Marketing sells aging as virtue. Waiting becomes artistry. Years become dedication.
But barrels age because chemistry demands time, not morality. Older bottles are rarer. Rarity signals value. Value signals desirability. Desirability reshapes taste perception. Does a 20-year bottle taste 10 times better than a 2-year bottle? Rarely, but it often feels 10 times more meaningful because price influences perception.
Long aging ties up inventory. Money sits inside wood. Costs accumulate, which partly explains premium pricing. But perception amplifies justification. Angel share. Liquid loss over time. Less volume, higher scarcity. Scarcity increases mystique. Many aged spirits are blends, multiple barrels, multiple ages, yet consumers imagine singular aging journeys.
Numbers are seductive. They feel objective, precise, scientific, unarguable. 12 years, 18 years, 25 years. Digits printed neatly on glass suddenly become symbols of superiority. But here's the quiet psychological twist. Your brain doesn't treat age numbers as information. It treats them as status indicators, because humans are wired to associate duration with effort, and effort with value. Longer process, greater sacrifice, higher worth. It's a deeply ingrained bias. We see it everywhere. Longer education, more respect. Longer experience, more authority. Longer waiting, more reward. So when a bottle declares age 21 years, it doesn't merely communicate chemistry, it triggers emotional interpretation, patience, rarity, craftsmanship, luxury. Yet chemically speaking, the difference between 18 and 21 years may be subtle, sometimes even negligible. But psychologically, the gap feels enormous, because numbers don't just measure time, they manufacture hierarchy. And once hierarchy enters perception, taste rarely remains neutral. Imagine two identical liquids, same chemistry, same flavor profile, same sensory impact. Now give one a story, a dramatic aging journey, hand-selected barrels, rare wood, generational tradition. Suddenly, they're no longer equal. Because humans do not consume flavor alone, we consume narrative. Story adds emotional weight to sensation. A sip becomes an experience becomes a memory, and memory reshapes judgment. Without story, taste exists in isolation. With story, taste acquires meaning, which raises a quietly disturbing question. How much of what you enjoy is flavor, and how much is storytelling architecture? Because the brain loves coherence, it wants reasons to justify pleasure. Aged for decades, crafted with devotion, produced in limited quantities. These explanations don't just inform, they stabilize satisfaction. And once satisfaction stabilizes, perceived quality rises, sometimes independent of actual sensory difference. Youth carries a stigma. In spirits, youth often implies harshness, impatience, inferiority, incompletion. But chemically, youth can be explosive, bright, energetic, expressive, wildly aromatic. Young spirits often retain vibrant compounds that long aging gradually softens or suppresses. Intensity is not immaturity, it's simply a different balance of molecules. Yet consumers rarely celebrate youthful complexity because prestige psychology favors endurance over vitality. Older feels disciplined, younger feels unfinished, even when the younger liquid may deliver more vivid sensory impact. This is perception bias at work, not chemistry. Modern science has learned something uncomfortable. Time can be manipulated. Temperature cycling, microoxygenation, pressure variation, surface area amplification, techniques capable of accelerating interactions traditionally achieved over years. But tradition resists because rapid aging threatens romantic mythology. If chemistry can be compressed, what happens to the prestige of waiting? Suddenly, time loses exclusivity, and exclusivity is deeply tied to value. So innovation becomes controversial, not because it fails chemically, but because it disrupts psychological hierarchy.
Aging is rarely a straight line upward. It's a curve. Early transformation, peak balance, gradual decline. Wood extraction does not politely stop at perfection, it continues, which means older does not guarantee better, it guarantees further alteration.
Yet consumers imagine aging is automatic elevation because deterioration is rarely romanticized. Chemistry is messy. Extraction rates, compound evolution, environmental variability. Hard to communicate, harder to sell. Age numbers, simple, elegant, instantly understood. Digits outperform complexity, so complexity disappears.
Expectation is a flavor amplifier. When your brain anticipates excellence, it actively searches for confirming sensations. Smoothness feels smoother. Complexity feels deeper. Imperfections feel minimized. Perception bends toward belief, not deception, but cognitive filtering. Some bottles are consumed, others are displayed. Ownership itself becomes experience, because prestige products operate beyond sensory function. They communicate identity.
Drinks are social signals. Taste, status, knowledge, belonging. Age numbers intensify signaling power. A bottle becomes a statement. Price reshapes perception. Higher cost, higher expectation, heightened interpretation. The brain justifies investment by enhancing experience. Expensive bottle, underwhelming taste, discomfort emerges. Brain resolves tension through reinterpretation. It's sophisticated, it's subtle, it's acquired taste. Justification protects ego. Aging is chemistry, but marketed as performance. Ritual, mystique, drama. Barrels become stage props for perception. Science explains transformation. Sentiment explains valuation. Both coexist, but rarely acknowledged equally. Is older superior or merely different? Different balance, different chemistry, different expectation. Flavor is chemical. Value is psychological. Experience lives at their intersection. Aging isn't always about time. It's about reaction, environment, extraction, balance, expectation. Because sometimes the years inside the barrel matter less than the beliefs outside it. This is Behind the Barrel.